Before creating login function, we need to create a user token model in order to save our token. It's safe to store JWT token in database. Plus you don't need to regenerate token repeatedly. Import necessary packages as per requirement. Create user token struct and declare user ID and token. Now we need to install an important package. That is AIR. AIR is a live reloading tool for Go applications. It watches your files for changes and automatically recompiles and restarts your application, saving you the hassle of manually stopping and starting your server. This is especially useful for web development and API services. Now you can see AIR is working and it will be helpful throughout our programming journey. In order to use JWT package, install the package JWT Go so that we may able to use and implement JWT auth system. Here's the login user function. This function handles user login by validating the user's credentials and generating a JWT token if the login is successful. Let's break it down. First, we parse the request body into a user model. We use Fiber's body parser method for this. If there's an error during parsing, we return a bad request status with an error message. Next, we check if the user exists in the database using the provided email. We use GORM for database operations. If the user is not found, we return a bad request status with an appropriate error message. After finding the user, we validate the password using bcrypt. If the password is incorrect, we return a bad request status with an error message. Next, we check if a token already exists for the user. If a token is found, we return it. This avoids generating a new token unnecessarily. If no token is found, we generate a new JWT token using our GenerateJWT utility function. If there's an error during token generation, we return an internal server error status. After generating the token, we save it to the database. If there's an error during this process, we return an internal server error status. Finally, if everything goes smoothly, we return the token to the client with a success status. Here's the GenerateJWT function from our utils package. This function generates a JWT token for a given user ID, which can be used for authenticating users in our application. Let's break it down step by step. Import the necessary packages, time for handling token expiration and JWT for creating and signing the JWT. We define our secret key. This key is used to sign our JWT tokens. Make sure to change the secret key to something unique and secure for your project. In the GenerateJWT function, we first set up the claims. Claims are the data we want to include in the token. Here, we're including the user ID and an expiration time of 72 hours from the current time. We create a new JWT token using the jwt.newWithClaims method. We specify the signing method as HS256 and pass in our claims. We then sign the token using our secret key with the signed string method. If there's an error during this process, we return an empty string and the error. Finally, if the token is signed successfully, we return the signed token. We declare the JWT util function in user controller. And here's the complete GenerateJWT function. It takes a user ID as input, sets up the claims, creates and signs the JWT token, and returns the signed token. Now declare the login controller in routes and test the endpoint. Declare user token model in database config auto migrate function. Check the JWT token in the website jwt.io. To check for correct JWT, look for user ID. And that's it for the login function. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for latest updates.